number 1 of this project, and pretty much what we're going to be doing is breaking down how to create a thesis statement and topic sentences that will help our readers know exactly what we're saying in a very, very clear way. Before I start, I just want to say that we have 2 tiers. We have a basic thesis statement example and a complex thesis statement. And with that, we have basic topic sentences and complex topic sentences. And we want to push you to aim for tier 2. I know that all of you can do tier 1. If you are only comfortable doing tier 1, stick to tier 1. But if you can, push yourself to tier 2 because I believe in you. And so does Ms. Buckler. So this is what we're going to do. Pretty much all of you have an argument in your CAP essay. Your argument is going to be that your article that you read is either credible, it is a good source of information, or it is not credible, it is a bad source of information, it's misleading, it's full of lies, it's a misrepresentation, etc. Then you are going to have 3 main pieces of evidence to prove your point. So for the very, very basic tier, all 3 of those pieces of evidence are going to be contributing directly to your argument. So maybe it's that your article was published 5 years ago, the author is not an expert, and all of the facts are not accurate, right? Those are 3 pieces of evidence that point toward your paper, your article that you read being a bad source of information. So you would use the basic thesis statement where you say, this article is credible or not credible because the article is old, the sources are not consistent, and the author is not an authority. So pretty much when you guys take a look at this thesis statement toolbox, it helps you realize how writing a thesis statement and a topic sentence is pretty formulaic based off of the idea you're trying to share. So you're introducing your article, you're stating your argument, and you're using your evidence. You're citing your evidence in one sentence that is extremely clear. If you choose to do the complex thesis statement, you're going to have 2 pieces of evidence to support your argument, but you are also going to have 1 piece of counterclaim evidence, which pretty much says, all right, this article was published like a month ago, so it is relevant, it is recent, it has currency, but the sources are still inaccurate and the author has no authority. So this is what your article would look like in that case. So although your article was published recently, the sources are inaccurate, the author has no authority, so this article is not a reliable source of information. It's all color-coded. Follow the colors, look at the example, and plug and chug your own ideas and thoughts, and you're going to be good to go. So then when you go to topic sentences, you break down your thesis. Your argument is this because evidence. Your argument is this because evidence. Your argument is this because evidence. And that's what a basic thesis statement with topic sentences looks like. And here's an example. If you're using the second tier, you look here where it says your a little bit complex thesis statement, including counterclaim evidence. And so your topic sentences will also have to do that. Your first paragraph will also start off with your counterclaim evidence, where you're going to say, all right, sure, this article was published recently. And even though it was published recently, it's still not a reliable source of information. Your argument is going to appear over and over and over because this entire paper is all about your argument that this article is full of lies or a dangerous source of information or the opposite. So you will start off with a topic sentence that looks at your counterclaim evidence and says, even though this is true, this is still the case. And similarly, while this article is published recently, it is still not an accurate source of information, which makes this article full of lies. Again, despite this article having currency, it is the author has no authority, which makes this article a dangerous source of information. So again, you have your article where you keep mentioning this article, right? You keep mentioning that even though there is some good to it, you're saying that it is still whatever your argument is. It is not a good source of information. Or if your article is a good source of information, you're arguing it is a good source of information. Even though, maybe this author isn't an expert, maybe this article is still a good source of information. So here you have, while this article is counterclaim, it is also your piece of evidence, which makes this article your argument. Same thing here, formulaic. You plug and chug the different pieces of it. And that is how you make your thesis statement and your topic sentences. Just remember this important piece of it. All of your evidence in this case comes directly from your CRAP analysis. Is it currency? Was it published recently? Is it relevant? Does it have authority? Is it accurate? Is the purpose to inform and not to persuade, not to convince, not to entertain? Make sure that all of that is met. Make sure that it's included in your thesis statement, and make sure your argument is clear. And then also reach out to us if you have any questions. But that's all it is. Okay, thank you. Goodbye.